What is going on, guys? My name is Hubert. Welcome to today's community showcase. Now we have a game between Lizardman and Dwarfs, and Lizardman is leading by none other than Lord Mastermindy on a big Asian stegodon. He looks so gorgeous, and he's rocking pretty much all his kit: the ruination of cities, banishment, shield of the old ones, and hypothesis, harmonic convergence, and some standard of exo. So, as you can see here, they're already engaging. We have a front line consists of Sars warriors with shield. These guys are amazing against dwarves, but we recently learned that they're not that good against longbeards with chevrons. Anyways, we have one unit of red crisps, and we have one unit of Sars warriors without shield on the far corner here, and we have two Bastillodon Arc of Sotek. Now these guys are a little bit better than Pharaoh ones. I believe they do steal rampage, and they do have this one. They can cost a vortex, which is going to be a huge disruption, which is quite good, and we have two of them. And now we have a skink priest beasts right in the front. He is rocking that infamous Ember Spear, of course, trying to get some Ember. Because the thing is, I tried one game when I put skink priest beast on air and Pterodon, but he didn't really perform. But if you put the priests on the ground, the Ember Spear is going to be so devastating. Anyways, we do have one Repeated Riders and another one, so we have two of them on each flank, which is nice, and they are currently being peppered down a little bit by those Gyrocopter Brainstorm rounds. Speaking of dwarves, now we have one cannon. Right behind them we have a Longbeard to protect it. For the front line, this is a very conventional beast eumaiez has brought, and it's very effective. To be honest, I think it's just like a fresh of air in terms of the innovation. And we have a front line consists of rangers, and we have 4 of them. And then right behind them we have 2 miners with blasting charges to basically toss some, the juicy blasting charges onto the infantry if they approach. And then for the back line we have longbeards times 3, and also we have warriors of Dragon Path. Now these guys are anti-infantry and they do flame damage, which is awesome. And there are a few units on Dwarf that actually can dish out damage. And then we have colors times 5. So it's a very heavy range infantry list. Now let's see how this game is going to play out. For leadership, we do have Rune Lord, and Rune Lord is rocking that juicy Master Rule of Wrath and Rune, and which is going to be super effective as well. And now, as we can see here, Skink Priest is actually taking some color shots and cannon shots. The cannon targeting, everything is targeting the Skink Priest. And I believe the Skink Priest should be actively pushing into the rear, into the flank, and get some side shots, Ember Spears, but because he's getting focused, I think he's having a rough time. And here the red crisps actually, so dwarves are counter charging, and all the missile fires are focusing down these Sars warriors, which is nice. And then Skink Priest is gonna occupy that minor blasting charges. I think if you put in guard mode, you can still toss those blasting charges in. But here, wow, amazing! Just from the charge, the warriors of Dragon Pass really dish out a lot of damage onto the red crisps. And this Repeated Riders needs to move in now, I suppose. And there's one unit of Sars warriors actually pushing in from the gap here. And eumaiez is actually putting one of the Longbeard unit to meet them, which is nice, fantastic. Authorities now firing, and I'm gonna slow down things a little bit. So here, there's a big shield of the old ones castle here, and just trying to help those repeater riders and the Arc of Soltec, the Bastidodon, trying to basically win this flank really fast. And there's gonna be a big spell castle here onto the colors. Master Moundy is doing a great work. So on this flank, Dwarf is having a lot of trouble, and here miners are having a lot of trouble as well. But that's basically the beauty of this list. It's very infantry focused and with a lot of missiles. So that was a ruination of cities and did 1/3 of damage onto those colors. And these colors actually got casted the banishment down, and they're gonna take a lot of damage. Oh, not really. It didn't go this way. Okay, so that's not a major damage got suffered. I hope those Sarah's gonna dodge this banishment. Oh, a few of them. Oh, that's dwarves. Okay, dwarves are just routing into the banishment, which is kind of suck. But here, on this flank, it's pretty much all dwarves. And the dwarf missiles actually managed to basically mop the floor with those Farnsworth, which is nice. And also all these range troops are still online and still not compromised, which is great. But this flank, Warriors of the Dragon Path and these Lombias actually got overwhelmed by Lizardman. And cannon are still shooting, like cannon are still online. And also I want to mention that cannon are by himself, like buying themselves. One of the repeater riders needs to just basically pull into this cannon, in my opinion. Because what, like your Bastidodons and Stegodons are now engaging the colors expos. So now is the time to get rid of the cannon, in my opinion. But hey, so far it's just been the story of a dwarf crushing that flank, while the right flank getting mucked up by Lizardman. But cannon are still firing. And now cannon is targeting that Bastidodon, I believe, or maybe get some clutter shots onto those repeater riders. And here Brimstone Gun is firing at Lord Master Moundy, which is great. Because I really think Lord Master Moundy is actually the best lord to pick. Because I know people say that you actually need to bring the best lord to bring against dwarves is a Canosaur lord, but that's just not really what I think of. Because I think, yes, Canosaurs are slippery, can dodge shots quite easily, can dodge missiles, but Canosaurs doesn't really do that much damage to infantry, especially dwarf infantry. But this ancient Stegodon is gonna just rack up kills. This repeater riders are still just not really. Oh my gosh, this really hurts me, because you really need to get rid of that cannon ASAP, in my opinion. But right now, okay, so I'm gonna slow down things a little bit here. Dwarf actually managed to win the flank quite handily, and cannon still online. The repeater riders are getting mucked up by those colors and the Lombians. And they're just getting shot to pieces by the cannon, which is fantastic. And Author Raiders are now out of ammunition. This is the reason why I dislike them, because they tend to run out of ammunition quite quick. So yeah, like both of them is just gonna get routed off straight away. And there's a Master Rune, Fractal Rune casted onto one of the repeater riders. And this repeater rider is on their way outside the map, and that one got completely killed off. Wow, amazing stuff by the dwarf player. And now, the beauty of dwarf players. Oh my gosh, is that the Rune City plus a banishment combo? It looks gorgeous, but it didn't really do major damage. But just a little bit unlucky there. But now all the dwarf troops are rallying and they come back. This is when things can get really tricky for Lizardman, because the sheer number of infantry survived in the end game. And also here, this is a very clever move. Just basically drop the cannon and maneuver your cannon crew out of the way, so those Farnsworth is not gonna catch them. And now, pretty soon, our Lizardman player is gonna left with only 3 SEMs. Yeah. So the focus of the day is pretty much getting rid of the repeater riders and deal with those SEMs later in the game, which is also fantastic. But as long as the cannon crew still have ammunition, I think should be fine. And also, oh my gosh, there's some major damage onto Lord Mastermandy there. Blasting charges actually do a lot of damage for some reason. And now I believe all these guys still have ammunition left, and it's not looking pretty for Lord Mastermandy. And also these brave rangers are giving a chase to that Skin Priest beast, which is also fantastic. In the center, the shield of the old ones got casted, and Bastillodon are still fighting, but they're all exhausted, and Lord Mastermandy is really just getting focused down really hard here. And I believe now Brimstone Gun actually has an anti-large now, so they're gonna do a lot of damage onto Lord Mastermandy. Fantastic stuff. We're actually gonna see some cinematic shots here. Just see 3 dinos fighting a gigantic horde of dwarves. And I believe that was the spell from Ark of Sotek. That was amazing. Like, that was really effective at killing infantry, by the way. Because I never used the unit before, but I think it's pretty good. But the thing is, Lord Mastermandy is just basically getting trapped here, and the dwarves are shooting him from all different angles with all the crossbow shots. And is he routing already? I think so. Yeah, he's completely shattered. And then now what's left is only these Bastillodons. And hey, cannons are back online! Cannons are back online with 1/3 of ammunition left. Oh my gosh. That's not gonna look pretty for this oh, is that another spell? There you go. Wow, that's actually amazing. I didn't know Bastillodon has this spell. That looks beautiful, and I believe it's quite effective at taking down infantry. And fantastic, these Bastillodons are doing work. But again, I think it's just a little bit too late, a little bit not enough. And all the way at the end, we have some Sorrow Warriors come back. Sorrow Warriors with no shields, by the way. And they're fighting the brave miners. And yeah, where's the Rune Lord? I believe right now is the perfect time for Rune Lord. Oh, there you go, Rune Lord is here. Rune Lord is here to do some work to those Bastillodons. Hero of the dwarves. Oh my gosh. Fighting. Oh, did he get tossed around? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. But hey, Dwarf managed to win the day. It was very close, and then we have a Pyrrhic victory here for the Dwarfs, leading by eumaiez. And you guys are no stranger to Hubert, one of the best Tomb Kings player on the ladder. And I really like how he played Bastillodon with Ark of Sotek. I think it's amazing, and I think that ability is actually looking very gorgeous as well. The only thing here is that I feel like this list needs more mass to deal with like an infantry span here, because I just think Lizardman army is a little bit too tiny, a little bit not enough mass to deal with all the ranged troops eumaiez has brought. And I really enjoy casting this game. I think it's super innovative from eumaiez list, and we can learn a lot from this game. And for now, Rockabos signing off.